Hey guys, happy Friday, and as you can see here, my phone is charged in. This is literally my third time now trying to make this fucking video, because the first time I decided not to do a spoiler review, but I'm going to do a spoiler review of Uncharted 4 Thief's End, because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. So if you do not want to hear any spoilers about the game, don't watch the review. And then the second time when I tried to do the spoiler review, then my fucking phone died. So I have it charging now. I have my video recording, and so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead now, guys. So today I wanted to review Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, and I finished this game about I want to say about like a month and a half ago, I want to say, and I was impressed with this game. I mean, this game blew me away, and it's definitely a contender for Game of the Year, I think. I mean, I thought it was just a great ending to the series, and I'll get into that. And yes, like I said previously, this will have spoilers in it, and I'm just gonna get right into the story. So, the story for this. Oh wait, sorry, I never showed the. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going ahead of myself here. So this is the cover of it. I really like the front cover of it. And here's the back with him with his gun, and it says every treasure has its price, and that's definitely true for this story in this game. And sorry about that. I just want to show you guys in case some people have not bought the game, and if they don't care if I spoil it or not. But so, the storyline for this game I thought was just very well done. I mean, just the storyline and the graphics, I mean, it felt like a fucking movie. I mean, it really did. I mean, just the dialogue between characters I thought was really well done in this game. The tension, the drama, the action. I mean, it's like talking about a frickin' movie right now. But it's a video game. I mean, that's just incredible on how much it felt like a movie to me. And if they ever make a movie, I really hope they do a damn good job and follow the type of script and dialogue like they had in this game. And so the story, I thought for this game was great. You have a bunch of new characters. You have Sam, who's his brother, who pretty much needs Nate's help to get the pirate treasure that they've been after since kids, or else he could get killed by some bad guy who later on we find out doesn't actually exist. But there is another bad guy named Wraith, who originally was helping them find the treasure, but now he's just going for the treasure for himself. And so pretty much Nate and his brother Sam are there to stop him and get to the treasure before he is. And you see in the game, you see just the storyline was just so well done. I mean, you see on how Nate and Sam grew up as kids at this orphanage at like a church, and then you find out about their adventure and how Nate thought his brother was dead because his brother got shot and fell, and Rafe was just like, "Come on, we gotta leave. He's dead." And so Nate just followed him because they were under heavy gunfire. And then he finds out later on, years afterwards, Nate finds out when he's retired and he's with his wife Elena, and he just works at this like shipyard thing. His brother comes back years afterwards, and he tells his brother about all this stuff, and they just go on the adventure from there. So I thought that was very well done. And going back to that, I mean, it's just so cool, seeing how he's retired and you go through his house and see all the past adventures that he's been on. I thought that was just so well done. And, the story for this game is really great. Like I said, I like Rafe. I thought he was a good bad guy. And then his partner, Naomi, I thought was just a badass. I mean, she would just kick everybody's ass, and none of them stood a chance against her. And, I wish they would have done a little bit more with her. I'm not going to complain about it too much, but I wish they would have done a little bit more with her. But it is what it is. I thought she was a pretty well side villain or whatever for the game. And getting to the graphics for this game, like I said, it felt like watching a movie. Just seeing, all the different textures on people's faces. You see the scars, you see the blood, you see the facial hair. It's just incredible, the graphics for this game are just incredible. And even the nature shots, you see, the forest, the beaches, the water, it just felt so real. It felt like a movie. That to me is just so crazy on how far video games have come. I know I sound like a fucking old man, but it's just crazy how far video games have come, I think. And so, yeah, the graphics for this game are fantastic, and The action I thought was really well done too. I mean, you have pretty much the same weapons, but now you can sneak around in like the grass, like the safari jungle, like a leopard going after like a wildebeest, or I don't fucking know. I'm not a animal expert, but it just felt like that because you can sneak around through the grass. You can go behind shoreline enemies and choke them out or break their necks. So I really like how you can sneak around in this one better. And then you also have a radar, so you can tell if the enemy can see you or not, and then you have like a few seconds to try and get behind cover, or else they'll start shooting at you, or they'll notice you and start shooting at you. So that overall was done and well, and just like the action scenes in this game were great. I mean, you're punching people, you're fighting people, you're swinging around on a rope, you're getting chased down a crowded city by a tank, and then you're on like a bike and you're shooting people while you're riding on it or whatever. The Uncharted series has always been known for its great action scenes, and this game does not disappoint with the action scenes. And then I also like the addition in this game of the ropes that Sam and Nate use. I mean, you feel like Tarzan or like Indiana Jones. I mean, you just, right at the last second, right as you're about to fall off a cliff down into the abyss, you flip out the rope and then you swing around on it, and then you can like go right after an enemy and hit them with it. Or, whoops, sorry guys. So you can swing around like the rope and it'll save your ass multiple times in the game. And I just thought that was a cool addition to this game. And so yeah, I mean, the story, like I said, was great. The action was great. The graphics were great. And I mean, even at the end, after they, I don't want to, pretty much at the end of the game, I'm not going to talk about the whole story, but basically at the end of the game, I thought what was also cool was on how at the end, once they get some of the treasure and Nate and Elena kind of officially retire and the series ends, then their daughter finds out about all their past adventures, and then Nate and Elena has to tell her about all their adventures. So it kind of leaves the door open for another Uncharted game if they chose to do so. I don't think Naughty Dog will. I think if they ever make another Uncharted game, I think it will be another company that makes it. But I just thought that was cool and how they left the door open for another Uncharted series, possibly with the daughter or with Sam and Sully. But my only request is this. If they make more Uncharted games, please don't be like the Fast and Furious movies and be like Uncharted 5, Uncharted 6, Uncharted 7, Uncharted 8. Come up with different names for it. Just kind of make a whole new series out of it. And don't keep going on with the numbers, please. But so I thought that was pretty cool. And I personally would not mind another Uncharted series with the daughter or with Sully and Sam, as long as they do it right. But I thought this was a perfect ending to this series, so if they make one, great, but if not, I'm not going to be too upset about it, simply because this series was just so great. And I just like all the new stuff they added, like the ropes, and then even the treasures. The treasures, I mean, in the last ones, they had little trinkets you could collect, and I always loved collecting treasure in the series. I mean, people could be shooting at me, buildings could be falling down, and I would still stop and get the treasures. I mean, that's just how crazy I was in this game, or in the series. But in this one, they have more than just little trinket treasures you can collect. They have dialogue scenes you can collect. They have little diary papers from pirates that were alive hundreds of years ago. You can collect those. So there's a lot more stuff to collect in this game, and there's a lot more stuff to learn about. And so I thought that was cool. My only gripe with this game, my only complaint, pretty much, is in the past Uncharted series, in the past 3, they had the Uncharted theme song, they had Nate's theme song, and it was in like the main menu area. And whenever I heard that song, I just felt, I mean, you just feel like you're going on an adventure, you're ready to, find treasure and shit like that. With this one, there's no theme song, there's no theme song like the past 3 have been, so like there's none of that at like the main menu. At the main menu, you see a skeleton pirate swinging around in like a cage. I mean, it's pretty fucking dark. There's no theme song, nothing. So I was pretty disappointed in that, and I wish the soundtrack for this game. The soundtrack was alright, but I thought the soundtrack could have been a little bit better, considering it's 2016, and I mean, video games usually have great soundtracks. So I felt the soundtrack for this game could have been a little bit better, and I wish they had added Nate's theme song like they did in the past 3 games. But that's my only gripe out of this game. I mean, like I said, it's a damn near perfect game. It could very well win Game of the Year. So with that said, out of 10 stars, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 stars. And yeah, so like my video, comment on my video, subscribe guys. And I should have some more videos coming up. I have a few movies I wanted to review. So look forward to that guys, and I will talk to you soon.